Welcome. This is lesson 3. We're going to talk today about shooting your 2 videos a month on the Vyral Marketing program. Before we get into that, just a quick recap of what we're doing here. If you happen to be stumbling upon this video, this is me helping 3 paying customers of Vyral who want to use our program to recruit agents, book more appointments with agents that want to hire them for coaching or join their team of brokerage. And I'm taking them through a meeting every single week for 8 weeks to dial it in. And you're in lesson 3, and you can go back to the recordings, watch lesson 1 and lesson 2. We're actually going to spend some time here at the very beginning of this meeting recapping what we've committed to doing so far. And then we'll get into today's lesson is like how to actually create content to attract agents into your world. That's the goal of today. So let's follow up. Lesson 1. We started off, I need an agent list. So there were some assignments. Just want to see where we're at. Let's recap really quickly. I wanted you to effectively download everyone in your MLS and highlight all the agents that you know or who know you, right? I wanted you to go through all your Facebook friends and try to look up the contact information of who know you or you know them that you want to put on your agent training material, right? I wanted you to post some job ads online to get some job applicants of people looking to get into real estate so we can add them to your list. I think there might have been one more thing too, but that's good enough. So, Andrew, unmute. Got to unmute, man. Close. Here, I'll ask you to unmute.
Gotcha.
There
So your iPhone contacts, that's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought of last night.
Yeah.
And honestly, that helped me immensely because I had a lot of people in my iPhone contacts that I didn't have in my email. So I've been kind of comparing and contrasting that. I have my daughter working on that, putting her to putting some slave labor in place.
Perfect.
So I gotta get some actual labor from her so I can write it off on my taxes before the end of the year. So I'm just making her do everything during the holidays. But no, seriously, like I realized like how many of the people I had on my phone, and I was just like, why do I just not download my phone contacts? Because so many of the agents are there.
And there's a cool app called Export Contacts by Covey, COVVE, that will do that. And you can go through your phone contacts. But basically, I need you guys to manually build a list from scratch of every single real estate agent you know in your entire life that knows you or you know them. Got it? And we spent the whole lesson 1 to like complete that list. And I need you to send that to us so it goes in your email marketing account. So it gets your initial reconnect message. And they get the videos and they get everything else. And it also goes on up to Facebook retargeting. Jay, you've been doing this for a little while, but you had to go back and make sure we have all your agent contacts. Where are you at?
So the lists are built. I've got to go through them and highlight them. And I've got some travel this week that I've planned on doing that.
Yeah, case in point, same here. Andrew, we'll talk about my travel, and I'm going to work on your messaging here in a minute. And then Molly hired a virtual assistant to, I want to share this. We exported all of our Facebook friends versus giving someone Facebook account access. So remember how we talked about the data dump of pulling all, getting the names of all your Facebook friends? And we gave it to someone overseas. And then this is important, we delegated access from her Gmail account. So we didn't give them the login. We delegated access to them so they can log into Molly's Gmail account. And then they did like a search through all of her past emails for like email signatures and did a search through all of like her Google contacts for all the names on Facebook and to see what contact information came up in email signatures or in the autocomplete line. And went through everyone and built the whole list of contact information that way. Isn't that great? It's probably pretty accurate if it's in your Gmail account. And how'd that go, Molly? How many people did you
There's
hook up?
804 in there, and I literally just did the phone export right now, and I already sent it to the VA while we're on the phone, just using that app. It took 2 seconds.
Good.
That's exciting.
So I won't spend too much time on that. You guys can go back to lesson 1 and learn about how to build a list of agents in the first place, because lessons 2 through 8 is useless unless we have a list to market to. Got it? Or it's not totally useless, but you're going to start from scratch to build it from scratch. Okay. Lesson 2, quick recap. I just wanted to make sure everything was syncing. I wanted you guys to think about a separate CRM for all your agent relationships. We don't have to get in the weeds into that, but just to think about it, I think it's a reasonable request. All right. And then make sure that CRM where you put all the agents you're working and you're calling and you're talking to and you have your notes and your follow-up dates, make sure everyone in that CRM is actively syncing to your Emma email marketing account and to your Facebook audiences. So when you add agents to your agent CRM, they automatically go on your nurture campaign with us. Fair enough? We talked about like in the first half of lesson 2. And then the second half of lesson 2, I decided to spend a lot of our time on messaging your agent training websites. Okay. All three of you have different goals. All three of you have different intended agent targets. So the messaging needs to be a bit different. Molly, we wrote yours on the lesson last week of your headlines, subheadlines, call to action. We're building out your website. Jay, I wanted you to maybe go back and use the same questions to tighten up your messaging based upon what we talked about last week of what's on your agent training site. And then Andrew is effectively going after all of the big agents around the country that are probably the top 1 or 2 agents in their market, to teach them how to advertise and to teach them how to become profitable through advertising for listings. Is that the gist of it, Andrew? Is your mission of your
Yep,
content?
I think so. That's a
Yeah,
good
I think
point.
so
Yep.
too. Yeah. And the call to action is going to be join LPT Realty. He wants to build his downline for LPT. So, Andrew, I owe you my ideas on that messaging.
Okay.
I have a very long flight this weekend, and I figured that would be the best time for me to write this. So I'm a little bit weak behind to help you out, but I'll put
Okay.
together my ideas.
I
Everything
sent you a long email at like 2 in the
I know
morning
you
last
did.
night too, if you saw.
Yep. Thank you. No, thank
Andrew
you.
rambling
Really.
moments. Hey, this is what I think.
No, and
Cool.
that's important, because having a thinking partner to come up with what your messaging
Yeah.
is like the ultimate money of consulting. Because
Yeah.
once you nail that, everything just kind of falls in place downstream. And when
Yep.
you're doing marketing, you don't nail the messaging. It's just like you're not really speaking to anyone. You're not putting out the right bait for the right prospect. So I'll work on that for you, Andrew. To recruit to LPT is going to be your call to action, and to position you as like a real estate agent advertising profitability consultant for listings. And
Yep.
dude, your target's a lot of these, in my opinion, probably Zillow Flex teams that are
Well,
effectively
yeah, because
buyers
look
agent.
what's happening to the market. What's
Yeah.
happening to buyer agent commission. I mean, I was at an event last week in Scottsdale, and I think there's a handful of teams there that are ready to jump simply because of those things. They're so heavily driven on the buy side. And I think there's also a lot of, and I think all of us could benefit really from this. There's just a lot of fear and people moving and gesticulating around about the lawsuit and what that's going to mean for the industry and the buy side of the business. So who really knows? It could all end up settling and not doing a damn thing, and we all just jumped around and got scared for nothing. But the reality is it could cause some major pivots in our industry, and I think people are starting to focus on trying to prepare for that.
I don't know. I think, I don't know. There's like, I'm totally wrong on this number, but like 800 or 900 maybe Zillow Flex teams. I don't know. It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
That are spending a lot of money with Zillow, and they're going to need you, Andrew, for the therapy, the advertising therapy we talked about, to switch that advertising spend over to listings like you've done.
Yeah, I haven't spent a single dollar with Zillow in 7 years.
I'll add that to your messaging.
Yeah, I haven't spent a dollar with Zillow in 7 years. So
we'll work on that. Okay. So that was lesson 2. We go through how to message you correctly for your agent training site. Okay. Lesson 3. Meeting number 3. Great. I have contact information of every agent that knows you or they know you. And I have this wonderful trap we built of this wonderful agent training site that's messaged beautifully of the exact person you want to attract and the problem you solve for them and how to get involved with you. Great. So far, you have no appointments, no business, because you have this beautiful trap, but no one's spending time coming to it. So we need to create some content. We're going to create content. Now I'm going to give you the answer of the content that you can sustainably commit to for the rest of your lives. Okay. 2 videos a month. That's it. Not one every day, not 3 reels a day, not posting every single day. No, just 2 quality pieces of content a month for 2 videos. Fair enough. That's all you need. And make them good enough so people would be willing to actually pay to receive them. Let me say that again. The 2 videos a month that you make should be so good with regards to content. I don't care about the production quality really. All right. But they're so good that people would pay a subscription fee to receive them. Are we clear? And if you hit that standard, you're gold. That's it. Never, ever send out any video content that it's not so good someone wouldn't be willing to pay for it. Now, if that's the case, let's talk about I'm going to give you guys the agenda for today of what I want to cover. So the first thing I'm going to put this in the chat is preparing for your video shoot. So once a month, you're going to have an appointment with us. This is kind of option A, option B. I'll give you option A to start. You're going to have an appointment once a month with us to sit down and record videos. All right. Where you're going to answer 2 most commonly asked questions that your best prospects ask. Okay. And we're going to come up with some topics and we'll write some scripts today. But I want you to think about what are the questions agents are asking and you're going to answer them. And you're going to write a script. We're going to come up with that. But then it's time to shoot your videos. We use a product called Riverside. Are you guys familiar with it? Go to riverside.fm. It's amazing. And what I want you to do right now on your cell phone, please make sure you have the Riverside app installed on your phone. So when it comes time for your video shoot, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get set up. It takes some time. All right. It's already installed. You press the app and it's like you're on a Zoom meeting. But instead of recording the stream, it's recording right to the hard drive of your phone. So it's lossless. You guys catch this? All right. So then all you have to do is have a tripod, which I believe we ship you when you sign up. Simple tripod. You set your phone on it. Okay. And you record a video, and we're right there on Riverside guiding you, making sure you look good and you sound good, and just kind of like just making sure you don't screw up too bad. Because it's hard when you're recording video, you might realize you're out of frame or the sound was off. You have someone like just double checking everything to make sure you don't waste your time. That the whole video, if anything, you know what you're doing, but you have someone double checking to make sure the footage is usable and optimal. Are we clear on that? Even if you can totally shoot the videos on your own, why not have someone double checking to make sure the video footage is optimal? Even I messed that up. Now you can use your phone, got it? Or you can use a webcam. You can shoot from a webcam. The webcam that I'm using, I can only speak from experience. It's really nice. You're welcome to get one. Is Elgato's webcam. Let me find it. I don't know. It's somewhere here on this page.
And Frank, obviously I've been with client with you a long time. I actually have an in-house guy that shoots all my videos. So he comes to my house, or we meet at the office once a week to shoot all our video content. So I just plan on adding this in because he's
totally fine.
Way better at making
all
sure.
I want is I want an appointment on the calendar.
Okay. Yeah.
I want a decent camera.
Yep.
I want good quality. And I want someone double checking to make sure that you're not missing something, like where you record these amazing videos, but your audio is off. Fair enough?
Gotcha.
So great. Problem solved. So I want you guys to be clear on your video shoot. So now we have to prepare for your video shoot. You want to show up with something. Now I'm going to tell you, you can shoot all of your videos this way forever and ever. Amen. Okay. Question and answer with 3 key points. Question and answer with 3 key points. We're going to do this right now. Andrew, what is the number 1 question that came up that you think you can answer from the mastermind you were down at? Because that whole mastermind is your intended audience. What video topic?
Write my notes first. I got to write my question, answer, in 3 points.
Yeah. So we're going to do it right now. We're going to write a script right now. I'm just going to put it in the chat. All right.
So ask me again, because I was writing a note. Yep.
Okay. So you were down at this mastermind and you want to recruit them all to LPT, and you want to position yourself as an advertising therapist, essentially, for listings and profitability. What's the number 1 question that if we titled that video, every single person in that room is going to watch it?
How are you improving your profit?
That's it. How are you improving your
that's
profit?
An easy one. How are you getting more listings? How are you improving your profit? How are you generating leads?
How about this? How are you improving your profit in 2024? You think every single agent in that room who's your intended audience is going to click that link? All right?
Probably interested. Yeah.
Good.
I think
All
so.
right. Give me 3 key points you want to make. So I just wrote that down in the chat. What's key point number 1?
Key point number 1 would be moving advertising dollars from buyer side to seller side.
Okay, so moving advertising dollars. And you could probably come up with something you want to say about that, right?
Of course.
Moving ad dollars from buyer leads to seller leads. Got to do it. What's the second key point?
Cross-training agents from the buy side to the list side. So either moving agents from the buy side to the list side, opening up buyer agents to list, or individual agents getting additional training on helping them improve conversion on the listing side.
Third key point you want to make.
This is a tough one, but I would probably say charge more or improve their top line revenue through additional fees, upsells,
just raising your fees,
more, increase.
How about that? How about
top line
raising
revenue per client?
Raising the fully negotiable commission you're asking for.
Yeah, that's fair.
There you go.
Yep.
Raising your fees and commission, requests, or a commission menu. Okay.
Yeah.
So on YouTube they have chapters, like little chapters on YouTube in the timeline. Those are your 3 chapters.
Okay.
If I was going to grab a clip, if I was going to grab a short, I could arguably make each one of those a clip out of the full video. Got it?
Makes sense.
And whenever you get any type of professional speaking training, like if you go spend any money on speaker training, if you go download the perfect webinar template, if you go learn how to speak from stage, they're always going to tell you to make 3 points with 3 stories. You can't go wrong in any type of media. All right. So there's one more thing I'd like you to add is here's the formula. Now that we have your topic and we have your 3 key points. So now you're focused on this video script. I'm helping you write one. Okay. I want to go through how to outline a video. I'm going to give it to you. It's really simple. You're going to have an intro where you repeat back the topic of the video and what they're going to learn. Step 2 is you're going to tell a little bit of a story of how the video came about. And then you're going to give your 3 key points, 3 sections. Here it is. Explain to them what they're watching, then repeat back the title. Step 2 is tell a little story of why you're even creating this in the first place or how this question even came about. And then go into your 3 key points. So here's how this video is going to start. Hi, it's Andrew Duncan. In today's video, I just want to answer the question that I get or I'm hearing from other team leaders around the country is, how are you going to improve your profit in 2024? See that? You're just repeating back the topic right at the very beginning of the video. This is what you're going to learn. Think of that as scene 1. Got it? That's scene 1. Scene 2, tell me the story. Andrew, go. Why did you pick this topic? What motivated you recently where you decided to answer this question? Tell me the story behind this question.
I think there's a lot of there's a lot of gossip around some lawsuits attacking buyer agent commission. So there's risk to the buyer side that people are worried about. Ultimately, listings have always been more profitable for real estate teams. And I think there's going to be an improvement in the number of listings hitting the market. So cross-training and moving ad dollars to the listing side of the business lines up with that as well.
Good. And I want to give you 3 key things that I'm recommending to anyone that I work with to improve their profitability.
Yep.
Got it? And then you're going to go into point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. And at the very end, thanks for watching. That's it.
Yep. Makes sense.
Okay. 3 key sections I'm going to tell you again in a video. Intro, repeating back the topic, telling a story. Hey, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Telling a story. Am I frozen?
You are frozen.
Hang on. Telling a story of how the video came about. Okay. And then giving your 3 key points. Jay, you're on deck. Let's do it again. Now, your audience are agents on your team. You're trying to recruit. You have a different audience. Your audience I want good agents that will fit into my team culture. So what's the top question you're getting now from the best agents on your team? So you're going to have to ground yourself with the questions. I don't want any highfalutin questions from your peers. I want the questions from your audience.
I think the number one question from my audience right now is, how are you finding business?
Okay. So if you were to send out a video on how you're finding business, people would watch that.
I think so.
Okay. How are you finding business? I'll take it.
Yeah.
3 key things. What are 3 things that you want to teach your agents that align with the messaging they're hearing in the meetings and how you run your company? So the message is consistent.
I think how to generate referrals from your sphere.
Okay. How to generate referrals from your sphere. Okay.
How to find motivated buyers and sellers in the marketplace right now.
Okay.
And then I think everybody has to pick some sort of lever of prospecting.
Okay. And pick one lever of prospecting.
And I think you can generate a pretty good business around those 3 things.
Okay. So in today's video, I'm going to answer the questions. How do I find business right now? Right? All right, Jay, tell me the story now. Why are you answering this question? Why'd you pick this one?
I'm seeing it all over social media, right? Like there's a lot of agents out there that are struggling right now.
Keep going.
We've just come out of this market with these low interest rates that, you could Veronica Figueroa said it really well. You can trip over a commission check back then. And as these interest rates have tripled in 18 months, it has gotten a lot harder to find people who are actively wanting to buy and sell real estate. So we've got to explain to them why now might be a
So
good
in this
opportunity for
video,
them.
I'm going to explain to you 3 ways to get business now because you're not tripping over commission checks as easy anymore.
Okay.
Got it. So that's how you'd end that. So see, that's scene 2. So scene 1, you state back what they're going to learn with the question. Scene 2 is tell me like the reason why you picked this question and why is this contextual and relevant of why people are getting this now. The story. Okay.
So it's going to be
What
today's
you just said.
videos. Yeah, but I'm okay. So, but you said it, I didn't, right? So the first, here we go. When the video starts, it's today we're going to talk about how to find business right now.
Yeah. Or I want to answer the question I'm getting from agents is how do I find business right now?
Okay. And then I'm going to go into why I'm answering that question.
Yes. The story, the context,
Okay.
why this is relevant, why you should pay me to watch the answers.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Frank, when you say pay me, I mean, I think the idea that I was sitting there thinking about as Jay was talking was how you probably do want to go a little deeper with detail and stuff because you're wanting someone to be willing to pay this. You probably want to take, like me, for example, I probably could have gone a little bit more detailed on my points with things like, look at this or look at that or move money here. So I'm just thinking, the
Well, the
detail
length, I'm going to talk
level.
about this in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It begs the question of like, how wide in scope are these answers and how
Yeah.
long do we go? Which I'll give you my thoughts on
gotcha.
in a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
It totally begs the question we're setting up here. So now then you're going to go, okay, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Chapter it. I want you to imagine AI is listening to these videos and is going to cut each section into a clip where I could arguably get 3 clips out of your long form YouTube video. Q&A, story, give me 3 key points in your answer.
Okay.
Sound good, Jay? All right.
Yeah.
Now, before I get to you, Molly, because you wrote some stuff here for your script, let me just address that question on length. All right. Typically speaking, 3 to 5 minutes. So you probably want to keep the question a little more narrow in scope. Got it? And
You're talking total, not for each point.
Total. No, total.
Yeah.
The whole video. 5 minutes most. It's fine. 3 to 5 minutes is your typical video from a viral marketing client. Okay. And you just lightly cover it with a little tip and it gets the job done. You have to understand the purpose of these videos really is just to get people to spend time with you, know you and like you and trust you.
Right. So the premise between the shorts is that then you record the 3 to 5 minute video and then you take a few little shorts out of it and make those reels on the same, like on a
Make them
different channel.
discoverable.
Like let's say you do a 3 to 5 minute video, YouTube video, for example, and then you're taking a 30-second to 45-second clip and you're doing, Instagram and TikTok, for those, right?
Yeah. The short is designed really so people discover you. It's a way for people to quickly discover people they like. And then once they see the short, they go to the channel and consume more, right? That's really what it's designed for. And we pull the clip. We'll pull 1 clip from your 3 to 5 minute video. So when you make this video with your answering a question, with your little story of setting it up.
Oh, you guys will do that for us automatically.
You're paying
Okay,
that.
cool.
100%.
Okay.
But the challenge is if you don't structure these videos and I try to find a clip, it's just a disaster. I can't clip anything.
I got you.
But think about it. If you do a Q&A and you intro and you give me a good story and you have 3 key structured points you want to make, it's very easy for me to pull a clip. In fact, AI will do it very easily, okay, to pull the clip and edit it, okay? Now, typically speaking, try to keep your content maybe a little narrower in scope than broad in scope. Like, how do I grow my business? It's kind of a large question to answer in 3 to 5 minutes, but maybe it's like, what do I say? How do I call an expired listing? Okay, that's a little more narrow in scope, and I can probably answer that on a more narrow topic. Fair enough. So typically speaking, maybe keep your topics a little more, narrower in scope. So you can answer it in 3 to 5 minutes. Now, but Frank, you're publishing hour-long videos on YouTube. That's fine too. You can go as long as you want. Typically 3 to 5 minutes, but if you want to go 10 minutes, you want to go 15 minutes, you want to go 20 minutes, fine. Answer the question for the person who's actually interested and cares. When you create your content, I'm not looking like on these recordings that we post on YouTube. I'm not looking for a whole bunch of people to watch. I'm looking for one person to watch that it reaches.
Highly targeted. Plus, you've got 4 different people talking versus 1.
Yeah, don't worry about views. You want people to spend time with you. You want to make the content really, really good for the person who's interested. So when you're going in to shoot your videos, check your anxiety that you're trying to hold someone's attention. Just do a good job and answer the question for someone who really cares and help them. And if you need to go longer, I'll let you go longer. But here's the thing with the price of Vyral, I can only give you 1 hour of editing. Okay. So just keep that in mind within the constraints of what I'm charging you. I can give you 1 hour of editing time for your video. So the longer the video, the less kind of editing work I have to put into it. So those are the constraints there. So I guess my answer is typically 3 to 5 minutes in your answer. Keep the topics maybe generally shorter in scope, but if you need to go longer, go longer. But just understand, given what you're paying Vyral, the longer you go, probably the less editing I could do. Fair enough? There you go. Molly.
Hi.
Hi.
I had a little extra time, so I typed it out for you guys. Question is how to recession-proof your business. 1, listing mastery, cancel an expired mail. 2, lead gen, 10 killer scripts that work in this market. 3, SOI and social media marketing. And the story is we're all seeing less transactions across the board. I'm seeing agents that are getting side hustles just to make ends meet, along with the buy side commission. So this is why I created this video.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you 3 things you got to do to fix that. Perfect. Yeah, that's gonna be wider in scope though. Just keep that in mind. So that's gonna be a lot to cover in 3 to 5 minutes, if not
Maybe
10 minutes.
don't talk about the buy side commission on this one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what you could do is you could just turn this one.
I was gonna say that
and just
each one of those topics you could go 10 minutes on.
Yeah, like
yeah, for sure.
I would. This is a good example of narrowing the scope down. Let's just make one on expireds. Hey, do you have your expired letters?
Do I have them? Oh my
show 'em.
God, yeah.
Show 'em.
My mail, my pink envelopes. I don't know if you can see anything, but
So you know the printing off the MLS sheet?
I got my Post-it notes in my red pen, my pink envelopes.
Okay, perfect.
Magic letter.
Yeah. How do you approach an expired listing to get them to hire you? Is the question. I would simplify this down, right? Step number 1 is getting the data. Where do you go? Step number 2 is scrubbing the list. And 3 is sending the letter and making the call. Like you just cover those 3 things to narrow that down in scope. All right. I think that's really cool for you to show that and actually show it in the camera what you're doing.
Molly brought props.
Yeah.
There's a bottle of wine down here too. So
yeah, to get through it all. Yeah.
Every realtor's favorite accessory.
But
Is it
I have my
is it
lender's
Prosecco?
bottle opener here. No, that is not wine.
But yeah, that's just a good example of bringing the scope down to make it fit. That's more reasonable for 3 to 5 minutes. But you guys get the formula. I'm going to say it again. Oh, I got this video shoot with Vyral coming up and I don't want to do it, is where you start. Then you're like, oh, I have to do it. I got to figure out what I'm going to say, which we should have helped you out with. Let's say we didn't. What are 2 questions my target market is asking? Write them down. And I got to think of 3 maybe narrowly scoped, clearly very simple things that I can answer that probably may say like roughly in 3 to 5 minutes. And then what am I going to say for the story of why did I even pick this question, or how I even came up, or why is it relevant to the audience, and plan it. And then when you shoot 3 scenes, state back the question you're going to answer. Scene 2, here's the story behind it. Scene 3, here's my 3 key points. You can copy that for all of your content forever and ever. Sound good? Molly, do that one. I'm going to give you, what's the most effective way to work expired listings? Got it? Step one is getting the right data. Step two is cleaning it so it's accurate, which is a really big pain.
Such a pain in the ass.
Yep. And three is sending a letter and making a call.
And four is teach your VA how to do it using Loom.
Ultimately, is training an assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. There's your 3 key points. I think you can probably much more reasonably answer that in maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
You guys got it? Video shoot every month. But Frank, I hate this video shoot. It is cluttering my calendar and I dread it. And it is extra time for me to shoot these videos every month, said everybody. Okay.
You know what's wild, Frank? I was thinking about this the other day. I went back and looked at some of my original videos that I shot. And pardon my French, but holy fuck, they were horrible. They were so bad. But the better I got at it, the more comfortable I got. Because then it was like you got pretty decent at it, and then you got comfortable with it because you did it enough. And it's like half the battle is just doing it enough to where you don't really like think you're doing it anymore. It doesn't feel like work.
Well, we're going to talk about that because I want to talk about recording your existing trainings, which is what I'm doing with you.
Yeah.
So you have before, I'm sorry, there's one more thing I want to cover. The short. So you record this YouTube video, right? 3 to 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes, whatever. Here's this called a long form, relatively speaking, than most of the stuff you see on social media, long form YouTube Q&A type video. Now, it's really easy for us, if you clearly have 3 key points, to go in and grab a clip. And we might manually grab it inside editing. The other option is we could use a really cool program called Opus Pro. And if you do a really good job of saying key point 1, 2, and 3, and you structure it, Opus Pro, which I'll put here in the chat, you guys can pull this up, does an amazing job of pulling the clip and putting the captions like automatically, quickly, and easy. All right. So if you go into your content,
Pro?
put it right in the chat. It's an open AI chat GPT for shorts. Same company. All right. So when you see all these YouTube shorts, they're all just throwing YouTube videos into this and creating them all. Okay. So that makes it easy. Now, if you want, this is up to you. If you want to record the short separately, so let's say you're in your video shoot and you make your long form video. If you want to make a second video kind of selling why someone that's scrolling through their shorts on YouTube should come watch your stuff or come watch your video, you can record that as well if you want. I know we have some customers that really like the YouTube short and real game, and they don't necessarily like the clips pulled from the long-term content. They want to record their own short
because they're shot differently, like they're shot vertical.
Yeah, you might have to. Yeah,
okay.
So you might have to sit back. So, like for example, here I can be up close in the frame, but this is not going to cut well on a phone. So generally, when you shoot short, you might want to come back a little bit farther in the shot because this can crop nicer.
I gotcha.
Right? And you might want to actually sell, hey, Frank, Vyral Marketing, stop scrolling. You want to go watch this video I just shot on these 3 key things. Come over to my YouTube channel. I'm going to teach you what you need to know to solve this problem. So it's kind of like a separate video just for the short, which you can do. I just want you to know that's an option. All right, that's enough on that. All right, so you can shoot it. But here's the next thing I want to talk about. So you're probably already doing existing training with your staff. Okay. And if your audience is more existing agents on your team, just record your training and we can use that. So Andrew, for your example, I don't know, let's say you have a high-end coaching program and someone's paying you to learn how to do advertising, and you're doing your weekly webinars or whatever your trainings. You can record those and we could take excerpts from that for your content that goes on your blog. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
As long as
I have a need board in my office now. and we record all of our trainings and meetings now just in case people miss them. So I think I could easily leverage that.
Just something to
Um,
think about.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally, it's push button record on a big screen. It's super effective.
Jay, same thing with you. You're probably doing trainings with your team where you're answering commonly asked questions and you're coaching and training them, whether it's on Zoom or in person. You got to kind of figure out the best way how you're going to record the hybrid setup, or is it all online, right? But we can publish your trainings. We can just send those out. Okay. And Molly, we talked about this. You're going to have a weekly training for all of your agents. Just record it however you think makes sense, given if it's in person or on Zoom or however you want to do it, and send it in. Now, let me give you a couple tips if you do this.
Real quick, Molly, are you doing that for like your real line, or are you saying that's for your agents? So you do like a monthly
That's
group
separate.
call with everyone
Yeah.
in your real line?
We actually do them more like all the time. They have like once a week or more.
Okay, cool.
But I would say that the stuff that I'm going to focus on is my in-house, my team training, because we already
Okay.
do the trainings and we have been recording it, but now it's just like figuring out where I'm sitting. If they're here, then sending them into the other conference room so that they're not making a bunch of noise in here.
Gotcha.
That's the only part we're trying to
If you're
get
doing
to.
like a hybrid training where half's on Zoom, half's in person, it kind of makes the recording of it a challenge. So that's
Gotcha.
a different discussion of like, how do you pull that
Okay.
off?
Yeah, I
But
gotcha.
But let's say, come on, let's say that like you guys are doing a weekly training with your people. All right. If that's the case, I would say, you know what? I should go in a little more planned into this and record it. And that can be great internet content. I mean, that's exactly what this is. I was like, I want to coach some clients. Well, here we are. Well, what if I
Yeah.
turn this into a webinar, and what if I record it and sent it out every week as marketing content? I kind of killed two birds with one stone, right?
Yep, makes sense.
So I don't have to record extra content. So let me give you a tip on how to pull this off. So you're going to have, let's call it a weekly training. It could be every 2 weeks or every month, whatever, but it's a weekly training. All right. Or maybe in the case of the Vyral plan, you do 2 trainings a month. All right. 2 trainings a month. I want you to title the training of what the topic is. This training, we're going to discuss X. Okay. So we know what the training is. And then I want you to write a couple sentences to sell why in the world anyone on your team or anyone in your office should attend the training. Think of that as the YouTube description.
So that's going back to the story, so to speak.
Kind of, yeah. So imagine you guys have this training coming up. The Google Calendar request, title it. I'm going to teach you, how to work expired listings the way that you should. All right, everyone, when you show up to this training, we're going to cover how to work expired listings correctly and what to say. I'm going to cover this. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Like, you need to come to the training. Like, sell it, right? And then when everyone shows up, record it. And maybe like the first 20 minutes is where you're actually training them on stuff. And then the rest of the meeting, you're talking about contractual stuff. You can just stop the recording at that point. So maybe the first 20 minutes is like the piece of content, right? And then just send the whole Zoom recording into us. We'll just cut off the beginning. We'll cut off the end. But you've already written the topic and you've written the description. Got it? We're gold.
Yeah.
We'll edit
And then
up
it's
nicely.
basically just free content that you're showing up and sharing, and people might watch it. Even like you said, if you get 10, I think so often we worry about how many views we get, but 10 is better than 0. Like it's even if you get one impactful person to watch it. I hear people all the time, oh, only 50 people watch your video. That's 50 freaking people.
Let me show you. Let me pull you up some real metrics. Hang on.
We just switched all of ours from regular Zoom to Zoom webinar so they don't have a bunch of dead like cameras turned off or people picking their nose or whatever they're doing, and it's less distracting. And then also, if people don't participate, and it doesn't even matter, you can pretend like people are asking questions and you can use it as an evergreen product later, is the thought on those, like buyers classes.
So what did you change it to?
Zoom webinar.
Webinar instead of
like
meeting.
this, where there's not a bunch of people on there driving around or doing whatever they're doing. So it's less distraction. You don't really know how many people are actually on.
So it could be like, you could be doing the webinar, the Zoom webinar shows only you in the video and not the other people. And then
Correct.
You're answering the questions, and then they don't know. I mean, you could do the same career night every single week and have pre-recorded it, and no one absolutely knows that it's pre-recorded.
ClickFunnels is
Do you use
famous.
like
ClickFunnels is famous for that.
Yeah, it's like sold.com, their website. They're like, your webinar is on Monday. I'm like, I know this is pre-recorded. Can you just email it to me today?
Cool.
I'm going to show you guys how to think about actually making money, not views, not likes, of getting people to pay you from YouTube, like real
Yeah.
cash. Let me show you. This is the Vyral Marketing YouTube channel. All I did is I went and I clicked analytics right here. Every single one of you can do this on your channel right now. Vyral Marketing got 2,235 views in the last 28 days. I could not care less. It could be 10. This is the number that matters. Watch time. That's how many hours people spent with you. Watch time is the number one metric of success, not views. You can have a whole bunch of these, not much of this. This is good. Dude, I've had 338 hours of consumption of people watching these long form trainings. That's it. So I just want to show you that too. That's the real number that you want to pay attention to on your YouTube channels is the watch time, not the views. And most people don't know that exists. It's by far the most important one. Andrew, it'd be interesting to go into your channel because you've been doing this for quite some time.
I'm actually doing it right now.
Yeah, what is your watch time? Jay, what's
Let's
yours?
see.
Molly, go into yours.
I'm in my
sure mine's
channel
nothing.
dashboard. Where did you say channel dashboard was in
All right,
analytics?
so hang on, I'll show you. Hang on. So you're going to go up here, make sure that you're signed to your page, and then you're going to click Studio. I think it's YouTube Studio, and then it looks something like this, right? And
Yeah,
then
I got it.
I want you to click Analytics.
I am 62 hours.
How many views?
2.6 thousand.
Okay, so we're about the same.
2,600.
Yeah,
so I have similar views, but I don't have as many watch hours. But most of my videos are really short listing videos, and maybe 30 to 1 minute, like lots of 1 and 2 minute videos. So I'm getting the views. I just need to, if I post longer videos, my average video length is 30 seconds.
Mine's an hour. These are all 1 hour.
See,
These are all like really
so I need to improve
videos.
that, or I need to build out a channel and make it more agent driven.
Well, that's the direction we're going to go. I mean, you could
So
put
here's what I'm excited about, right? I got 34 views in 5.1 hours. So for me, it's like here's ground level where we've done nothing.
Yeah.
So like, what can we take it to now?
So give them something to watch. Give them something relevant. Give them something to pay attention to. Like there are people that watch these entire replays, and we have 15 some people right now still sticking around and watching this whole thing live as we figure this
Frank,
out.
do you think you brand them separate versus me running all of the agent focused things through the Duncan Duo, or do you think I build out a completely separate channel for all that? The downside is you're mixing the audiences, but you also have the credibility where they can see how many videos and how much you've been around and how long you are on the YouTube page.
That's a case by case basis. Just anecdotally, as I was thinking off the top of my head, it would be a good idea for you to have a separate YouTube channel, just as like AndrewDuncan.com, like advertising guru coach to agents for listings and profitability, because you have a very large vision around the country.
Yeah.
It's just, I just need to recruit. I just want to recruit to my team and get some good agents. I would run it under your team channel, which is what you're doing, Jay.
But if I'm doing it on a bigger scale where I'm going after more teams, I don't want the litter of them seeing my videos about.
I don't think it needs to be under Duncan Duo. It should probably just be Andrew Duncan, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to work on that because all the domain names I bought were LPT related, and you said I literally have like 9 domain names that are about LPT.
These are
people are trying to buy from me, by the way. I'm getting offers every day from GoDaddy. But yeah, I think you said to make that more brand agnostic, right?
And that's what I'm going to think on the plane when I write your messaging. Those are some thoughts I want to get it right for you. All right.
You've got my domains.
That long just to figure out how to log in.
So
what's that?
So it took me that long to figure out how to log into YouTube. 95.9 hours, 3,400 views.
Great.
That's awesome, Molly.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know where it was.
And there you go. So you want to know, like,
does
anyone care? Is anyone paying attention? Views are all bots and views are useless. It's the watch time. That's real.
Cool.
All right. That's probably an interested prospect as well. Okay. So again, let's just kind of recap everything we've learned here today. You're going to have a monthly video shoot where I need you to shoot 2 videos a month. And I've given you the outline. You can watch this again of like how you sit down, how you shoot them, how you make them great. And then we take the footage from Riverside, we download it, and then we can edit it and do everything we want from it. Got it? And what's beautiful about Riverside is you can shoot high quality content anywhere in the world, right to your phone, right to your hard drive. and send it off to an editor to get it published. It's really quite incredible. In addition to that, down the road, because it's a little more advanced, if you wanted to invite a guest, Andrew, if you want to interview somebody on why they switched to LPT, Jay, if you want to
Yeah.
interview somebody on why they
Have
joined
to do that. Yeah.
Molly, if you want to interview somebody on why they came over to Reel, great. Just invite them into your video shoot. Just like you have a Zoom link, you have a Riverside link. Hey, today you're going to learn why so-and-so joined LPT Realty. Let's talk about the story of how we met and our background and how we know each other, and give me the 3 reasons you made the switch. What's reason 1? What's reason 2? What's reason 3? Thanks, everybody. How's that, Andrew?
Love it.
Same thing with you, Molly. Same thing with you, Jay. Jay, someone was, you don't have to name the broker. There was another broker in town. You came over here. Tell me the story about how we met, how you made your decision. Give me the 3 key reasons why you stick around here and why you're here. So it's very easy to bring a guest in to use Riverside. All right. That's all I got. When's your video shoots? You guys have them scheduled? When's your next one, Jay?
Next week. I got a professional photographer, professional videographer Monday through Thursday next week.
Okay, 2
So I've
topics,
got all that
two
sorted
viral
out.
videos. The first one,
Yep.
what was the first topic?
How to make your business more profitable in 2024.
What's your second topic?
Second topic is going to be how to create generational wealth.
Perfect. Jay, do you have your next video shoot scheduled?
And
It's
hey,
not
I
on
got to
the
run,
calendar
guys.
yet.
All right, CJ,
I got to
Take
run.
care, Andrew.
out of here.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I'm waiting. So I'm outsourcing just like Andrew is the video production.
That's
So
fine,
I'm
but
waiting to hear back.
do you have an appointment?
Not yet. I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Okay. Do you have 2 topics?
No, I'm going to work on my lists and my topics.
Okay.
When I'm traveling next week.
Molly, do your first one on expireds. I want you to show what you're doing for expireds on your
Fine.
team. That's huge.
Okay.
Let's pick a second topic.
I just thought the recession proofing your business is like popular right now, flashy.
Well, give me one segment of that. So you recession proof your business by, that's going to be really the theme of probably all your videos. One of them is going to be on your expired system. That
Lead
lock up-
generation, turning up your lead gen, everything that you're doing. Are we all frozen? Just Frank.
That's me. Be specific. What's your second
It's
video?
that $high camera.
Yeah. I know. Locking everything up.
Hey, before I've got something in my mind that you just said something that made me think about this. Are these 2 separate topics or are these the same topic? If my first topic was how to find more business right now, could my second topic be how to make 2024 better than 2023? Or is that the same thing?
I think they're a little too wide in scope.
Okay.
When I hear these topics, I'm kind of like, they're not, try to be a little more specific, like a
So
little
it
more.
sounds like you want like I'm thinking topic and then all these like pillars and posts that go with it, but instead of going to the top one, you want to go to the little one.
Kind of like we did with yours. Yeah. I'm with you.
All right.
So
All
your
right.
first video, I want you to talk about your expired system to help recession proof your business. What's the second system I want you to talk? What's the second system that you want to talk about for your second video?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm over here reading this other side comment. Well, SOI.
Great. I want you to talk about how to build your list of 150 people.
Okay.
Or not.
I will.
All right.
No, I was
Okay,
sitting here.
Here's what
I
you're
was,
gonna
I was actually
do.
sitting here thinking that because we're very
Export
sphere
your
relationship
iPhone
based.
contacts.
How about you talk about what you did with your iPhone contacts and
Sure.
looking up all the contacts from your Facebook friends.
Okay. I can do that.
Here's the 3 steps. I want to talk about how to work expired listings. You have your 3 steps. The second video is going to be how to build your SOI list, how to build your initial SOI list.
Yep. Facebook, Gmail, iPhone.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you're going to talk about Facebook export. You're going to talk about the Gmail export,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to talk about the cell phone export.
Got it.
There you go. Those are your 3 key points I want you to make in your video. And the story behind it is you had to do it too. All right. We got 10 minutes. Ask me anything. I won't keep you. but I want to make sure that you have a good plan when it comes to like, I got to create content for my social media.
Do you want us to have a video by the next call?
No, just whenever you have your video shoot. So I think, Jay, you have one coming up. You hired a video person to help you. So go do that. Right.
Yep.
Molly, you're still in the build process. So you're not going to have a build. You're not going to have a video shoot for probably until early December.
I mean, I can make one. It's not very complicated to do.
You can, but I'd like you to use the service of Vyral where you sit down, someone guides you and helps you. But just, once you're done with Stephanie and you get assigned your coach here or your account manager, just make sure that you have a monthly time to record your 2 videos in your calendar and you're mentally prepared for it and you're creative and you're ready to do it. All right. Do you have any questions that came up in the chat from anybody I should answer?
I saw one that was from Terry and it said that Andrew's creating 2 YouTube channels, one about attracting and recruiting and one about brokerage. So I feel like I feel like I should do that too then.
So for most people, to keep things simple, it's helpful to have 2 Facebook pages. It's easy. You have one Facebook page for your real estate team and you have one Facebook page. It's like your own name. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have YouTube channel. Do you want to put all your recruiting content on your YouTube channel or do you want to create a separate one? So generally speaking, all right, and this is case by case basis. If you're just looking to recruit to your local brokerage and your local team, and it's really about building your own brokerage and your own team, keep it on your existing channel where you put all of your listing videos and everything else. And if anything, just create a separate playlist for agent training and careers. Fair enough. That's where you're at, Jay.
Okay.
Fine for you. All right. But if you have a bigger vision where I'm going to create a coaching company, I'm going to be known as this national influencer, I'm going to go recruit all these agents all over the United States and sell coaching programs. At that point, you're talking about a separate entity, really, than just your real estate brokerage or team locally. At that point, I would have a separate YouTube channel for that.
Okay.
So you just have to decide what your vision is.
Today, right now, Molly, no pressure.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I was thinking doing something is better than not. My YouTube channel, I haven't even used it in years. So I might as well just post the shit on there.
Use the one you have. It's fine.
So I think to Molly's point, like both of us could probably start off with one, and then as it grows, Molly, you could split it up.
I guess I'm thinking too, if you're coming off as a leader in the real estate community by teaching people, wouldn't your clients like that? I think they might. But as long as it's not just recruiting.
No one really cares.
That's the way I looked at it. Yeah, that's the way I looked at it. Like it won't hurt clients to see what I'm talking about.
Couple questions. Will, I'm curious to know when people onboard new agents. I'm curious to know how people onboard new agents when someone joins. So that's way beyond the scope of this discussion. That's a whole other issue.
That's what the wine is for.
Yeah. Okay. Agent joined the team. Now what?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a pretty good process, but that's a series of videos. That's a
whole other course. We're just trying to get them to that point with all this stuff here. But yes, there is absolutely a place. Will, if you just go Google the first 100 days of an agent, that's a pretty popular Keller Williams thing that was around for a long time.
You can email me and I'll send you what we have.
Email Molly.
Good luck. It's a piece of paper. You can like beat them with it and see if they'll do it.
Well, here's my best advice. You have to get them on the phones the first day. And you have to get them on the phones every day.
We do $1,000 their first day.
Oh, that's brutal.
It is and it isn't. Here's the reality, man. All of them have a relatively short runway. And if you can find them a paycheck in the first 30 to 60 days, you've just extended their runway.
You have to get them on the phones the first day, and they got to be on the phones every single day forever. If you can change that behavior initially, then you can train skill. So if anything, what I would do if you were to ask me that question is I would say, come on in here. I'm going to give you like a little day of training, a little morning of training, and you're going to be on the phone all day long calling my database on behalf of me, scheduling appointments for me to make sure that you have the behavior of being able to be on the phone 3 to 4 hours a day. Yeah. And once you can do that, something that you start training skill.
This is something where we've got some recognition across the Place platform with. So I'm happy to share. I've just put my email in the chat. I'm happy to share it with somebody. And I think this is, there are some videos that I can make with this that absolutely will attract people. and scare them at the same time. So you have to be careful with that, right?
Yeah. All right. That's it. So next week, let's just cover lesson 4 really quick. Oh, by the way, there is no next week. We're going to postpone next week. So our next lesson will be Thursday the 7th. So I'll see you guys on Thursday the 7th. There won't be anything next week. And we're going to cover your monthly lead generation message. Just give me a second here. Your monthly lead generation message will be, so you're sending out these 2 videos every month to get people to watch them, right? On YouTube, spend time with you online. Okay. But then there's also that third message on the viral marketing plan, which is your funnel. Like what are these marketing funnels of how I generate leads? Well, we're going to build effectively kind of one every single month for you, Jay and Molly. Okay. And let's go through those really quickly because I want you to see this. How are we going to go to your database and spike response? Hey, download my business plan, register to attend our next team training, come join our team or brokerage, apply to interview, download my listing presentation, read my book of scripts. These are going to be offers for immediate response that we're going to send out and put online to generate leads. And we're going to talk about that next week. And when you combine the monthly lead generation offers with your 2 educational videos a month, which by the way, here's a whole bunch of topics you guys can choose from on the website. They're all here for you. I had you guys pick your own today, but I do have topics ready for you to go. Here they are. All right. You have the 1-2 punch, or the 2-1 punch, I guess. 2 videos, 1 lead generation message. I'm done. You guys can go.
Cool. There's a lot in the process there, man.
Yeah. Well, you have the recordings. And if I could give you guys a really cool tip that I use a lot, I love this service called Grain. It's really good. Like, oh my gosh, this guy sent me a 1-hour video. I'm not watching this. This is the first thing that goes through my mind. And I take it and I run it through Grain. And dude, it summarizes it scarily accurately. It's really good. And it's probably only going to get better. Anything else?
Nope. Have a happy Thanksgiving, guys.
You too. See you guys. Bye. Later.
I